And so this video begins as we enter the great state of Georgia, leaving North Carolina. A look back at the state line gas station. Right here you can see the North Carolina, welcome to North Carolina sign. This gas station sits right on the state line. I fueled up here at this marathon. Yesterday, back in Tennessee, I got a brand new set of tires. Got me some Firestones. I just hit 47,000 miles in my Subaru Crosstrek. Got it exactly 1 year ago. Did 47,000 miles in a year. I upgraded on my tires. Hopefully these will last me a little bit longer. And now we are officially driving through Georgia via US 19, also known as US 129, and Georgia 1 in these parts. 3 roads all in one. And I have stopped to feature the world's largest Amish rocking chair. I did not know I was going to pass this, and especially right off the bat. This is known as the world's largest, yes, Amish rocking chair. There's an Amish furniture store right behind it, of course. Also, it's a U-Haul. I don't think we can climb up there, but we could if we wanted to. I was just on Route 66 less than a week ago, and I saw the Red Rocker in Missouri. This is about, let's say, the quarter size of that rocking chair. Little did I know I was going to see the world's largest Amish rocking chair and the largest rocking chair on Route 66 all in the same week. Look at that. I love getting out there and just exploring. And this is a BP gas station, also known as Owltown Market and U-Haul Rentals. I'll tell you what, that rocking chair has a great view of the North Georgia mountains. We begin this episode in North Georgia, but I'm headed to South Georgia. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J, and we are on the road again. Today I am heading to Georgia's oldest general store, which is not too far from here. I'm going to check that out, show you where that is, and then a chunk of this video will actually take place in Athens, Georgia. There's a lot of roadside oddities in Athens, Georgia I want to see today. I don't want to spoil it. We'll get there. There's much ahead. Let's get started. Oh dear. Hello, Mr. Deer. I wonder how old this deer is. I bet it's dearly old. Dearly. Just sitting here looking at the world's largest Amish rocking chair, of course. Okay, let's hit the road. And jackpot. This is what I love to find. An abandoned Chevy pickup truck. I'm gonna guess the year because my dad used to have one just like this. It's gonna be a 48 or 49, just a guess. Let me know in the comments section. It sits right by this roadside barn, which just looks amazing. Love finding this stuff. Also, there's another truck right behind this truck. Looks like another Chevy. Now, this is not Georgia's oldest general store. It is very old. And it used to be some sort of a general store. I'm just trying to take a guess here. It's pretty awesome. Right here on US 19. We could take US 19 all the way back to Clearwater, Florida. I may just do that. You never know. Okay, so here's a roadside attraction called Pappy's. Check that out. It's really cool. It's actually for sale. It says for sale by owner. There's a for sale sign up the hill there by the road. This must be Pappy. There's all kinds of things to do here, or was. It says river tubing, country store, fudge shop, cigar shop, but currently for sale, vacant roadside attraction here off of US 19 in Georgia. Wish I could have seen it, although there is something. Oh, okay, this is open over here. Looks like they have kettle corn, hot boiled peanuts, of course. They got a little squiggly man and ice cream. Check out that giant ice cream cone right there. And there was also a restaurant here, Pappy's Restaurant, baby back ribs. There is also a for sale by owner sign on the restaurant. This is like a circle. Over here there were like cabins. And all of these buildings, this is kind of like a circle. They're all closed and vacant and for sale. Caldwell Banker right there. This was lily season of flurries. Little bear photo opportunity. And this is Pappy's Fudge Shop. Freshly made with cream and butter. So you can see they're decorated for Easter. I don't know if it's just not open right now, but this may be for sale too. This actually might be open. And here is Pappy's Country Store. I like the outhouse. A roadside attraction that is for sale here on US 19 in North Georgia. Maybe someone will purchase it. This is a huge complex. It does a circle all the way around. There you go. Traveling through some really thick mountain fog here. Going 16 miles per hour. You can actually see the road better on camera than I can see it here, oddly enough. And we come to the crossroads of Nakoochee, just a few miles that way. Helen, Georgia, the famous German-themed town. Welcome to the oldest, longest operating general store. This is the old Sautee store. It has been happening since 1872. Looks like they still have some Christmas decor over here. Check out this old gas pump. You can definitely see the age of this building right here on the porch. This is Americana right here. I love this. Oldest general store in Georgia. We're gonna go inside, take a look. Of course, there's actually a bluegrass band performing over here to the right now, here on this Saturday. Oh, this is so nice.
Where will you go down to the weather? Money in your pants. You know all the pretty women. They're gonna give a man a chance. Sweet mama, daddy's got the
Ain't that America? All right, that was fantastic. They're just a group of people jamming on the porch. They actually invited me to come up and play. There are guitars available. Hey, I might do it before I leave. You never know. All right, we are on the porch officially of Georgia's oldest general store. They even got the checkers here. And the rocking chairs, just like at Cracker Barrel. But unlike Cracker Barrel, this is actually a legit country general store. Oh my gosh, look at this place. Wow. Hi, how you doing?
Come on in.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the old Sautee store.
Oh, the Sautee store.
1872.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for that introduction.
You're welcome.
I drove all the way to Tennessee to see it. I'm passing through, but
We're glad you're here.
I came-
The floors, the walls, the cabinetry are original.
Oh, wow. Has it always been the same family?
It has not. It's had 4 or 5 different families.
Okay.
Since it started in 1872. It's traded hands a few times. But this current family's had it for about 4 years.
Okay, nice. That's not too bad. 4 generations and what, 153 years or something like
There you go.
that?
Good math.
Yeah. Is that original cash register?
So we got a couple of the old cash registers. The one we actually use is inside there.
Okay.
That's the original part of the store. There's the post office boxes. They were added later. We had a post office here. It has since moved out. It's across the street. This store has been gracefully added onto through the years, where you can see where it was about this size,
Yeah.
and now continues back a good ways.
Okay.
Up here we have a lot of antiquities, things to look at, but also things for sale. Musical instruments, clothes, handmade knives, walking sticks.
Yeah, and I see you're selling
We are sampling cider today.
Okay.
These are locally grown and marketed for us. Black cherry, muscadine, peach, and apple. Want to try one?
Sure. Yeah, why
What do you
not?
start with?
Let's try peach, since we're Georgia peach.
That's right. You're going to love it.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, that's fantastic.
I know. Look at your face.
Yeah.
You guys tell people love it.
Let's go with, black cherry. Love cherry.
These are my 2 toppings. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Again? That be okay?
Oh, sure, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, these are my very favorites. They all sell beautifully. They sell well. They're great. We have vitamin C. There you go.
Alright.
So this is a black cherry. It's a newer cider.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know which one I like better. They're
Have to
both
get
great.
both. They're $9.
$9 each?
Yes.
Wow, this is amazing. This is what you want to find on Roadside America. Check out the old wooden Native Americans here. Probably used to sit out front. Here's an old scale. I always tell how my grandpa had one of these in his garage all through my youth. And right here is the old post office inside the general store. They said that the new one's across the street, of course, but up until I think it was like not almost 2 decades ago, they were still using it here. Check out this giant bellow here in the back corner. There's all kinds of things to look at. But that's an old coffee grinder. That's amazing. That was probably used by a blacksmith of some sort, I'm guessing. Oh, and look. It's a little creepy doll there. It's not really creepy. It's kind of sweet looking. What do you think? Here's an old photograph of this general store. This is really old. This could have been, I mean, look at the wood. This could have been early 1900s at least. Old scale, some kerosene lanterns, which I've been looking for. It's hard to find the old-fashioned kerosene lanterns. Here's a model of the old Sautee store. Looks very familiar, doesn't it? It's really neat. You can also look inside there and see the counter. Oh, that's so cool. They're selling a bunch of walking sticks in here. These right here, they almost look like turkeys. Got the bow tie. Maybe like a pilgrim turkey thing. Really neat. Some locally sourced pottery in here. There's a pottery museum. North Georgia Pottery Museum is just around the corner here in Oconee. Alright, so over here by this very amazing mantle and fireplace. Look at that. Even got an anvil down there. Over here, there's an old school Nickelodeon, and I have been handed a quarter. Thank you so much. I mean, first off, look at this. It says pedals, pumpers, and rolls, Nelson Wiggin. They made these between 1922 and 1929. There's a little note here. Looks like we put the quarter in right here. 25 cents. Oh my glory. Okay. That's amazing. It works. I'm just gonna let this thing roll. It's so good. Like, yeah. This is amazing. Look at the mirror here. Wow. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's so cool. All right, you haven't lived until you heard that or seen that. That's an amazing thing. I wish they still made stuff like that. It's cool that you can come here and see it in the real. They do have a guest book. And you got your Pioneer coonskin hat. Of course, you got to have those. I haven't had one of those since I was a kid. It's hard to find my size. This might fit. We'll see. I don't know if I want to buy that today, but I'm thinking about it. What do you guys think? Should I get me a coonskin hat? Check out the old safe. Looks like you can open it up, take a look. It says right here on the sign that pincushion safe circa 1834. That thing's got to weigh a ton. All right, we've barely scratched the surface in here. Actually, through here is like the main store with all the knickknacks and the souvenirs and gifts and whatnot. Right here are homemade knives on display. You can purchase these, of course. Some really nice ones in here. Look at these down here. Here's the big ones. Those look really sharp. All right, this is super nice. They've got a lot of arts and crafts in here. Local goods. We got local raw honey right here. All different sizes. I see a cooler full of vintage soda. And I was reading online before I got here that they have imported cheese into the store, of all places, Sweden, for over 100 years. There you go. Scandic farmer cheese from Sweden. Gotta show the cola, right? They got cheer wine, of course. You gotta have knee high. Oh wow, this place is huge. It's a lot longer than it is wide. It goes way back. There's so much jewelry, arts and crafts. They even got a whole thing of case knives here. And they even have their own products in here. Loco cheese dip, crazy cheese dip. That might be nice. Also got black beans and corn. We've got trolls in here. This reminds me of Norway. I feel like we're in Norway in Epcot, or perhaps the real Norway. They've got a whole section of toys for the younglings. Classic stuff in here like Light Bright and Lincoln Logs. That takes me back. And in the backpack, they've got a boutique. Not just ladies' clothes, but gentlemen's clothes here. I see some shirts over there, some jeans, some shoes. And then there's a little bookstore back here and more arts and crafts. And here is the very last room all the way to the back. Locally made arts and crafts. Even got hats back here. If you need a hat, stop on in. Check out that one. It's a giant cowboy hat. How about a Sasquatch puppet? I've never seen a Sasquatch puppet. Hello guys, welcome to Sautee General Store. Wow, you have a unique sounding accent there, Mr. Sasquatch. I know, don't ask me where I got it. And they've got t-shirts and hats. You can buy a shirt with the general store right on it. Old Sautee store. The mountains are calling, and we've got hats. Georgia 1872. All different types of stuff. Here you go, neatly displayed all of the t-shirts. I like this one with the troll on it. He's cool. They're embracing their Nickelodeon. Put another nickel in the Nickelodeon Old Sautee store. That's neat. Here's a photograph of this store in 1952. There, an old building, 90 years old. And then right here, photograph taken of the store in 1907. This is a great photo because you can see behind the store, you can see they extended it. Right now we would be standing in the extension. This is an old postcard. They're embracing the Scandinavian trolls. I love it. Even got more down here, Viking trolls. All right, I bought myself a cheer wine zero. I don't know if I've had the zero yet. I drink a lot of 0-calorie drinks, so we're gonna try the cheer wine zero. And also I got some other things that I'll show you once we get outside. Look at this 1776 to 1876 Centennial poster. That is original. Whoa. About to be 150 years old on July 4th. And it's sitting right here in Georgia's oldest general store. So if this opened in 1872, there's a good chance that has been in here since 1876. It looks like they have a QR code for you. The old Sautee show, Georgia's oldest store, brings you Georgia's newest show. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then, oh, this is neat.
And that's really to order and to learn more about things.
Okay, it looks like you can order online here.
You can do that.
There's the address, oldsauteestore.com. And here's a peek of what's behind the counter. A lot of this stuff has probably been in here for 153 years. Some very old product. Love seeing this stuff. And of course, I've got to point out the oddities. Look at the top shelf up here behind the counter. I think that's a casket. Ooh, that's a casket. Post office and store, 1872. If you come out here, please tell them Tampa J sent you. You won't regret taking a tour of the store, and make sure you pick up some cider or some cheese along the way. And I bought the black cherry wine. Gonna stick you on the car here. They're over there playing still. I've also bought some blackjack gum, and then I got these mints for the road. Retro apple mints, retro sours, and then I got the cheer wine. That's all I bought. All right, I think I'm gonna try to jam with these folks. They invited me to jam with them.
So I'm there to be a wife. She gave the trouble of my life. Left me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow. Oh, left me out in the cold rain and snow. Yeah, rain and snow. Oh, left me out in the
Yeah, I picked up kind of at the end. It was a little off.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah. What was the second note? Was that like
F?
F? That was
Yeah.
F.
So
Okay.
it's, now you know how to bar now?
Georgia's oldest general store, the old Sautee. Come and check it out. On a Saturday, you might even catch live music. Back on the road, on our way to Athens, Georgia. I've been to Rome, Georgia. This will be the first time I've been to Athens. It's just 1 hour and 10 minutes, 59 miles from Georgia's oldest general store. Although I've passed it by on the interstate, Interstate 81, a number amount of times, this is my first time in the downtown Athens, Georgia, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. This is a cool courthouse, and according to my wristwatch here, my Timex, that clock is keeping great time. Almost 3 o'clock here on this Saturday. There you go. Wait. Right there. Correct. All right, so there are several oddities I want to show you down and around downtown Athens. We begin with the world's only 2-barrel cannon. This is a Civil War cannon that did not work. There's a little history on the sign back here. I'll read a little bit of it. This cannon, the only known one of its kind, was designed by Mr. John Gilland, a private in the Mitchell Thunderbolts, an elite home guard unit of business and professional men ineligible because of age or disability for service. Cast in the Athens foundry, it was intended to fire simultaneously 2 balls connected by a chain, which would mow down the enemy somewhat as a scythe cuts wheat. It failed for lack of means of firing both barrels at the exact instant. So I did a little more research. This was used at a battle called the Battle of Jack's Creek, and it was between the local Confederate Guard and a Union cavalry, and it only fired, it said, 1 or 2 times, and it didn't work, so they took it quickly out of service. Lacking the workable firing device, the gun was a failure. It was presented to the city of Athens, where for almost a century it has been preserved as an object of curiosity, and where it performed sturdy service for many years in celebrating political victories. All right, now we come to Deering Street. At the end of the street is the next oddity. Just want to show you how quiet and amazing this street is. We are on the cusp of the University of Georgia. We actually might be on it. Very historic late 19th century homes and early 20th century homes right here. And something just occurred to me as I was pulling up to park here. Athens is home to the rock band R.E.M. This is their hometown. Always thought about stopping by their old stomping grounds when I came through Athens. Maybe I'll check some of that out. It says right here, Deering Street Historic District. There's an old house for you. Wonder if it's like a bed and breakfast. I think it's a private residence, actually. I'll look at it. Okay, so right over here in the front yard of this yellow house, it's actually right here on the corner. See this tree? This is known as the tree that owns itself. Yeah, I said that correctly. The tree that owns itself. This is the tree that owns itself, and it is heavily protected. You think I'm lying? Check this out. It says it right here. The tree that owns itself. Why is it called that? Well, I did a little research. There's also stuff we can read here. So you can see the tree is protected all the way around by chain, and it has been protected since the early 1800s. Now, this isn't the original tree that owns itself. This is the spawn of a seedling. The original tree actually was down by a storm in 1942, and the seed was actually, it's been growing since then. This is how big a tree has gotten in over 80 years here. This is amazing. But at the time of when it was destroyed, it was estimated to be over 400 years old. It was actually much more larger. You can only imagine. Now, why is it called the tree that owns itself? Well, there was a professor that lived right here on this property. Actually, this tree would have been in his backyard. His house would have been over here. Now, this was a long time ago. This was the early 1800s. That professor's name was William H. Jackson, not to be confused with the Civil War general. I thought it was the same person, but it's not. I looked it up. It says right here, now this was an inscription that was written in William H. Jackson's will, and upon his death he requested that this tree be left alone and it be protected. And he actually said himself that it is the tree that owns himself. And here's the inscription that he left in the will, William H. Jackson, right here: for and in consideration of the great love I bear this tree and the great desire I have for its protection for all time, I convey entire possession of itself and all land within 8 feet of the tree on all sides. So it goes 8 feet all the way around. Pretty odd, huh? I've never seen a tree that owns itself. I would like to think that every tree owns itself, but truly not. It's not protected like this. Now, there are many trees in national parks, of course, municipalities, local governments that protect certain trees, of course. It is illegal to cut down trees if you don't own the property, of course. But this tree owns itself. That's pretty neat. I like how it's worded there. Pretty cool to see that. Pretty odd right here on the University of Georgia. It's like right there. All right, any Georgia Bulldogs fans? Welcome to Sanford Stadium, Reed Plaza. I never knew that this football stadium was right across from a historic cemetery, which kind of fits in. Actually, it fits in very well. I think I need to go there too. That's the next subject matter. But I'm here to see, sounds like the band's practicing out there. I hear horns. I'm here to see the resting place of the former Georgia Bulldogs, the mascot. We're talking about UGA, the Bulldog. There is a former mascot, former Bulldog resting place here. All right, so I was actually on the wrong side of the stadium. It said to go near gate 9. I am near gate 8 Alpha. I'm gonna go down the steps here. This is gonna be a great view of the stadium. All right, so below the Jumbotron is gate 1. And it looks like gate 1 is open right now. There's people inside taking a look. And just like that, we're inside of Sanford Stadium. This is awesome. Never seen a football stadium quite like this. It's a U shape behind me. Check it out. The Jumbotron. And look, they got the scoreboard going. It's like they're testing it out. Georgia's playing Georgia. Okay, so I'm trying to find the resting place of the Bulldogs, but I'm having a hard time finding it. All right, I know my Florida fans and my Tennessee fans are like, what are you doing, Jay? Hey, the gate was open. So right down there is where the memorial I'm trying to see is. Now I could hop the gate right here, but I'm pretty sure security's gonna come after me. I'm sure they're watching. But that is where the former mascots, all Bulldogs, of course, Georgia Bulldogs, by the name, all named UGA, University of Georgia. It's an acronym. Pretty cool, huh? It'd be cool to see that. You can see it on TV sometimes. I got the picture there in the frame. Now, I was reading that UGA, or UGA, no, it's UGA. I'm getting confused now. UGA was not the original Bulldog. The very first Bulldog's name was Trilby. And at one point, get this, they had a goat as a mascot. In the late 1800s, the University of Georgia had a goat as a mascot. Now that's odd right there. And the name of that goat was Sir William, and it was owned by then Georgia student Bob Gant. He wore a black coat with letters UG on the side and a hat with ribbons coming down his horn. Sir William first became an icon for Georgia football when Gant brought his goat to Georgia's first ever game almost a month prior, a 50-0 win over Mercer. Ever since that victory, the goat has been a requisite part of the paraphernalia of the football team. And in this article, it says that on February 19th, 1892, in the Atlanta Journal, it read that Sir William was paraded around the field pregame, eliciting roars from Georgia fans and chants of "Shoot the Billy Goat" from the Auburn fans. However, the fun and superstitious tale of Sir William takes an unfortunate turn after Georgia lost the game. The story goes that Georgia students who attended the game barbecued and ate their own good luck charm. Oh my gosh. In an attempt to rid the team of potential bad luck of the goat, brought against Auburn, a quite brutal demise for a once adored symbol of school spirit. The story has been retold many times over the years, but the prominent written version comes from legendary Georgia head coach Vince Dooley. It's right there. Oh my gosh. So just learned something there. I'll put a link to that article in the description below if you want to read that as a resource and to give credit. So the former stadium, which is no longer around, that's where that would have happened. They ate a goat named Prince William. Poor Prince William. Those are some diehard Georgia fans right there. They go way back. Okay, we're gonna take it right here across from the stadium. Now on the other side where we started, we are entering the cemetery across the railroad tracks. Welcome to Oconee Hill Cemetery. Now I'm in here because not only is there a major college football stadium right across from the cemetery, but there's also a historic bridge. And welcome to this very peaceful, beautiful, historic cemetery. It looks like a bunch of cemeteries I've been into before. I'm thinking of one I just went to last summer in Rome, Georgia. But what is very unique about this cemetery, not only is it next to the University of Georgia, it has a historic 1800s bridge that sits right in between it. You actually have to cross over that bridge to get to the rest of the cemetery. Never seen a truss bridge like that inside of a major historic cemetery. It's a car going across it right there. There you go. Nice little example for you. They made it almost. There you go. Really cool that they have like these pillars here. This resting place is Tribble. They've got the Greek columns there. Pretty neat because we're in Athens. So I'm gonna walk over this bridge. Let's take a look. Also, I got my EMF tester with me, looking for electromagnetic field, sign of a ghost, of course. I got to do that. And also, maybe we can dig into the history here. Maybe I can find some history on this bridge. I know it was built in 1899. I saw that right away. I'm thinking of Red Hot Chili Peppers right now because I'm actually walking down under the bridge. Take a look at it. You can really see its age down here, and I think I see some sort of a historic plaque right over in here. We'll get there in a second. Oh yeah, it's much cooler down here in the shade. Also, we can see the water. We'll also cross it in my vehicle. I can see a sign up there. We'll get a closer look at that when I drive over it. Check out the muddy water. Okay, so I'm at OconeeHillCemetery.com. They've got a nice little article here to read on the history of the whole cemetery, but one here just on this bridge. It says the bridge in Oconee Hill Cemetery is both a functional and historical structure linking the western and eastern sections of the cemetery. The Iron Truss Bridge, built by George E. King Bridge Company of Des Moines, Iowa in 1899. It's an architectural gem with the cemetery. In 2010, the Friends of Oconee Hill Cemetery undertook a fundraising effort to clean and paint the entire bridge to control rust and limit deterioration. As we move through 2022 and 2023, many new developments with the bridge have occurred. The Athens Clarke County government built a section of the Greenway Trail through the cemetery, which is right over here. I saw some people walking on it. So that's pretty much all it says about the history. It did say when they went to restore the bridge, it cost a little more than they expected, and they got in trouble. But thanks to a large donation of $50,000 by someone, they were able to restore the bridge. That's really cool. Thanks to that someone. Barely an 1800s bridge, 1899. You could really see it in the brick here in the base, like right up in there. And check this out, there is an inscription down here. Erected 1899. Simply stated, very cool. When we drive across, we'll be able to see what's over there. It looks like some sort of a stone gazebo. So naturally, I was curious if the cemetery was known for any hauntings. And it says that this cemetery is the resting place of 2 former Georgia governors, 8 university presidents, and at least 1 ghost. The legend exists of a ghostly carriage appearing on the bridge between the old and the newer portions. So when we travel over the bridge, Look out for the phantom ghost carriage. Ooh. As I was walking up to my car right here, before the bridge, I ran into this stone. The Iron Truss Bridge across the Oconee River was constructed in 1899. It was restored in 2011 and 2012 with generous support from Robert E. and Sylvia Mathis Gibson, the Athens Area Junior Board of the Watson Brown Foundation, and members of Friends of Oconee Hill Cemetery. So there you go. Thanks to those folks, we still have this bridge to cross right now. All right, we can see it. It's really sunny right there. It might be better if I go like this. Yeah, there you go. There you go, you can see a little better. George E. King, Bridge Company, Des Moines, Iowa, 1899. All right, I've got to pop out my K2 meter. Check it out. All right, phantom carriage, where are you? Whoa. Okay, that was my auto start. That kicked up at a weird time. That scared me. Going across. Check it out. Woo. We made it. And we made it to the west side of the cemetery. Definitely a lot newer. The newest part. And here is that beautiful Wingfield Chapel. And you get a nice view of the bridge here, especially in the evening. Look at that. And below me, right here in the center, check this out. Another inscription. Grindstone from Peter Bisson and Sons Classic City Granite Works. Oh, it's an old mill grindstone. Donated by Elizabeth Bisson Chestnut in memory of her uncle, James H. Bisson, sexton, her father, Bert G. Bisson, sexton, and her brother, Bert G. Bisson, Jr., sexton. And I'm assuming that they're buried here in the cemetery. It's their old grinding stone from the old mill. Pretty neat. Would have never walked up here if it wasn't for that bridge. All right, back over the bridge. Here we go. A little faster this time. The haunted bridge of Athens. And just a quarter of a mile away from the cemetery and the stadium, check this out. Old abandoned building. This looks like it used to be a firehouse maybe. What is next door is the remains of the birthplace of R.E.M. St. Mary's Episcopal Church. Actually, right here is all that remains. You can see the steeple. Oh wow, this is cool. So this is all that is left of the former church that was attached to the steeple. This is where R.E.M. began. Bill Berry, Peter Buck, Mike Mills, and Michael Stipe played their first show here on April 5th, 1980 at a friend's birthday party in an abandoned church. So it was abandoned at that time. Now I used to be in a band, and my very first show was at a church, oddly enough. It wasn't abandoned though. That's pretty cool. I can imagine that was a good time. It says right there, R.E.M. Pop Song 79. Okay, so there's something obviously going on over here. I'm on the wrong side. And I think it's a music venue. Of course it is. Nucci Space. Do not park in the Steeplechase condominiums parking lot. You will be towed. I'm going to peek in the window. Okay, there is a current music venue here at the former site of the first R.E.M. show. That's really cool. Nucci Space. All right, I'm going to go move my car. This is all that's left of the original venue of R.E.M. What's your favorite R.E.M. song? It's the end of the world as we know it. Do you believe they put a man on the moon? A couple of mine. It'd be cool to track down all the R.E.M. locations in this town, but I know a few of my friends have already done that. Specifically thinking of Scott on Tape. He's a huge fan of R.E.M. and also my pal Adam. Adam the Woo has been out here too. I remember when he came out to Athens, Georgia and showed some R.E.M. stuff. So there you go. There's videos out there of a whole tour of that band. Check it out. check them out. The end of the vlog as we know it. See what I did there? It's not over yet, but it will be. I've got to drive like 4 hours until my hotel tonight. So much ahead for me. I hope you're enjoying the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Feel free to share, subscribe below if it's your first time. As I always say, there's much ahead. I got distracted, but I was going to mention back at the R.E.M. first show location, I remember buying a single of Man on the Moon back at the Washington Square Mall on the east side of Indianapolis in Indiana. That was my local mall. I remember buying that single and listening to the song first and then naturally watching the music, or the movie. If you haven't seen Man on the Moon, it's Jim Carrey playing Andy Kaufman. That was the soundtrack, but that was a big hit back then. Great Scott, it's a Whataburger. No! That's a good no. That was a long day. I left my house in East Tennessee this morning at 8 a.m. It is now 9:07 and I have made it to tonight's hotel. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are, no matter what you're going through. Yes, I'm talking to you. Just know that there's always much ahead. I got upgraded to a suite once again at Drury just for being a member, a rewards member. That's happened to me 3 times. I'm in love. Bye, guys. I'll see you later. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.